You got to try to throw all the punches all night.
We've got a Thunder avalanche here in game 2.
And I just thought we were the aggressor tonight. The guys did a really good job of keeping their foot on the gas.
Shea Splendor on full display here in game 2.
Time of death, 9:30 Central Standard Time.
It's still a race in the first of 4, so we're going to our home court, tied 1-1.
We had one goal in mind tonight, and that was to get a W, and we did so.
Hey, 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 good day. Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. Stephen A. already started the introductions. Hello, hello, S.A. Great to have you in the building. I never whined or sounded like that. They can attest to it. But Markeith and Mark is back here with us. Had a good weekend. They got to see their mom, which is good stuff. Some got their braids done.
Yes.
I see that. Ready for Monday. How was the new studio?
It was cool. It was clean. I liked it.
Greeny
really
debuted Get Up from the new studio.
I heard about it. We ain't there yet. I ain't make it there yet.
It looks good.
We'll be there at the end of the month. It looks good.
No hiccups, all of that.
It looks
so
good.
So we'll hold it down here a few more weeks, SA, and then we'll make our big move as well.
Yeah.
All right, as you mentioned, some other people joining us. Jay Will be here. Big Perk and NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman will be live shortly as well.
We're going to do that high.
Absolutely. But let's start in the NBA, fellas. The Pacers stole game 1, obviously, and then OKC certainly counterpunched and then some last night. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander finished with 34 points in the Thunder series, tying 123-107 win game 2 of the NBA Finals. Here's OKC head coach Mark Daigneault and the MVP.
Indiana's kind of an acquired taste. You know, we haven't played them a ton. They're not in the West, obviously, and they play a very distinct style on both ends. And I thought there were a lot of things tonight that we were just like a little better in and more comfortable. And that was on both ends of the floor. I just thought the guys did a good job of just improving, which is important going from game 1 to game 2.
They play a full 48 minutes, and you can't just throw the first punch. You got to try to throw all the punches all night. And yeah, that's what we did. We threw enough punches tonight to get a W.
Sure did. Shea's been rolling in these NBA Finals debuts. He now has 72 points through the first 2 games of the Finals, the most by any player in his first 2 Finals games. All right, SA, here's what I want to know from you. How did the Pacers slow down SGA?
Well, you can't. You can't, because the marvelous part about his skill set is that he creates space. He dictates space. And he never, ever seems rushed. And then when you try to get up on him, he'll dance on you. The brother's 6'6" with a handle, okay? He's got a mid-range game. He pulls up, he fades away. It's not really like you can block his shot under most circumstances. He can finish in the open court. He can finish at the basket. He can hit the 3 occasionally, even though that's not his strongest suit. And the mid-range game is just pure. That's why they call him Shea Butter. The brother's doing this thing. After a loss, averaging 33.6 on 54% shooting this year. This is what he does in those 5 playoff games. The brother is special. But then I got to give credit where credit is due, because I saw, and there was a stat that I threw out at NBA Countdown yesterday, fellas. The Thunder in game 1 passed the ball 207 times. That was a season low for anybody, especially for them. They don't do that. They passed the ball 207 times. They had 13 assists for the game. Yesterday, they had 14 assists in the first half. So Shea came out like, I'm going to get mine, but I need you to get yours, Jay. I need you to get yours, Wallace. When Rick Carlisle, who is a championship coach, who has coached some exceptional players in his day, sits up there and says, 34, well, he's going to get that.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about that. When a championship coach looks in the camera and tells America and the world, there's nothing we can do about that. You know what? There's nothing you can do about it. And that's the situation. Right. The answer to your question, Molly, is nothing.
Is there something they can do about it?
No, it's not. You said it perfectly. The something is the others. You can limit Caruso under 20. You can limit a guy like Aaron Wiggins, who had 10 points in the last 5 games, and not have 20 points and make 5 threes in a game. That's where you win the game. When you on Shea Island, you might as well get comfortable, especially when you go on one-on-one, play after play. There's no way you can stop the MVP. He's averaging 34 reasons. He's unstoppable for a reason. Exactly. And I would say, listen, Jalen Brunson just did the same thing. Like, they couldn't stop Jalen Brunson, but again, it goes back to the others. If you have Shea dancing in that mid-range, like, let's just be clear, his poise, his movement, you can't guard him. And your head coach is telling you, we can't guard him. It's about guarding the other players. Jalen Brunson went berserk in that series. Obviously, you're going to see Shea do the same thing. It would be interesting to see if Carlisle mix in maybe a couple traps, just like a little bit differently. But from what he's saying is, we're not too much worried about Shea scoring. Like, we're going to allow him to score. I don't know.
That you make must be limited, because anything that you do, they have the potential to exploit. And Shea don't mind giving it up, but at any given moment, he just clears out. Right. Like, what are you going to do about this? I'm going to go left. I'm going to go right. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to go to the basket. And remember, even though it was not accurate what they were saying, like he was getting an excessive amount of fouls called in his favor, what they really meant to say is when he wants to get to the free throw line, he can. Yeah. Anytime he wants to. He knows he's a perfectionist at drawing fouls. And his level of efficiency in this series ups what Jalen Brunson was giving you. He was giving you the same level of point production, but he wasn't as efficient. And Jalen Brunson's undersized, so he ain't playing above the rim. Shea, when he wants to, can play above the rim. And because of that, it's just, you just look at it and you thank the good Lord that he doesn't have a bona fide, big-time, consistent three-pointer, because it just wouldn't be fair to basketball. It wouldn't be fair to basketball players if this brother had a consistent three that he could pull up where you had to come out further to guard him, giving him more space to operate. Good Lord. If that happens, it's a wrap.
His mindset. Like, as a young player, seeing that and how he approached the game and, like, said, okay, I'm going to be more efficient today, but I have to get my other guys going. But it's not going to take away from my own offense. As a player and, like, if I was on this team, I would recognize that right away. Like, this is a guy I want to be on the team with. He understands that other guys need to go. I'm going to get mine. You can put it in the books. I'm going to get mine, but I need my guys to go early so they can establish that pace. Is like I said in the previous game, is if those guys don't go, if Chet doesn't show up, it hurts the team big time. If he doesn't have a rhythm, it hurts the team big time. And then you have guys come up the bench. And I can say I don't even think OKC played that well. Like, I don't even think they played that well. I thought they had big performances from other guys.
Okay, final word, then I'm going to push it forward here.
If OKC can continue to get their team involved, they had 5 players above 15 points last game. They're going to be super hard to stop at that. The Shea first game, he took 30 shots. This last game, he took 21. Those 9 shots went to other players, and that helped the team gain the rhythm. It helped everybody be confident about shooting the ball. That little bit.
That's a good point.
Just that little bit of taking a couple less shots and getting other guys involved brings out confidence.
I'm going to tell you what.